when we choose wrong or fail to learn, we can't blame the women we chose. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe if you hadn't already done so. I might catch fire. Ricotorodrpr. Back on the roof. Got a little energy today I hadn't had in a while. So thank you all for the well wishes. Salute to you, wherever you are. So, back with the Sam Ace Rothstein shades on the roof. Need I say it again? Rico.toro. So, I don't know the title this is going to be yet, because I don't know where I'm going. But just, you blink, you might miss something. That's all I'm going to say. So, step up, smash the like. So, I don't watch or follow a lot of travel vloggers or Dominican Republic YouTubers per se, like I used to. But every now and then I come across a good live stream or a good video that gives me a little more insight or adds a little bit, you know, something I think of value to you guys. And, you know, I give credit where credit's due. So, forgive me, I didn't steal, but I'm borrowing some, you know, points from a Tailor-Made Dreams recent live stream. And I'll put it down, the link down in the description. You guys want to see the whole thing. You know, I recommend it. So, you know, basically, it was about love in Sosua. Or finding love, should I say, in Dominican Republic, not Sosua, excuse me. So, I already reached out to Tailor-Made. I reached out to a couple other guys, you know, to give them their respects and credit where credit is due. I'm big on that, you know. So, you know, side note before I begin, some guys, they've been to Sosua a couple of times, and, you know, the second trip may have not been as smooth as the first trip, or, you know, the ladies wanted some money, extra money, for less service from them, or they didn't, or whatever, and they're like, I'm going to Brazil. I'm going to the Netherlands. I'm going to Colombia. Well, here's the thing. You know, I'm going to say this a few times in here. Without sufficient social skills and or communication skills and or language skills, sometimes, often, it's not them, it's him. Him being you or me, if the shoe fits. So, you know, because some of the guys, they throw in the towel, they want to blame Sosua this, Sosua that. They go to their next destination. And what do they end up? They end up drugged, robbed, rolled, or screwed over, more so than here. At least they left here with all their parts intact. So, I'm just saying that, you know, it's not always the destination. A lot of times it's the person inside, you know, because they didn't listen, they didn't try to learn, they never developed adequate social skills to begin with, you know, or how to deal with women. You know, so they're looking for like that saving grace, that saving place. You know, I get it. You know, I hear there's some places like the Asian countries, Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines, where, you know, everything goes off without a hitch. There's no bullshit. Every man is treated like a king. One size fits all, blah, blah, blah. Well, I can tell you from my little bit of exposure to the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, I can tell you that with the Latin countries and people, there's no one size fits all. You know, it's what you make it a lot of times. And, you know, they recognize an idiot when they see one. So some guys are going to fall into the same traps no matter where they go, because that's just them. You know, a sucker with a passport is still a sucker. I'm sorry if your panties are in a bunch and your feelings are hurt. So speaking of hurt feelings, back to the tailor-made thing. Yeah, so, you know, tailor-made and Mr. Flip Flop and also Cortez. They don't all watch my stuff, but I know Cortez does. Cortez don't have a channel, but he probably should. But Cortez is a DMV guy. That's why he watches me, because, you know, the DMV guys and the Latin community in general, they show a lot of love for ricotorodrpr. So, but Cortez basically, he's, you know, raised most of his life in the States, married a Dominican in DR, took her to the States, divorced her, came back and lived in the Dominican Republic as a single man. Speaks fluent Dominican, which there's a difference between, there's fluent Spanish and there's also speaking Dominican. So this is that communication thing. See, you can speak fluent Spanish very well, but, you know, a gringo that speaks Spanish is not the same as a Dominican. I will never be Dominican. Most of you will never be Dominican, except for maybe a few Dominicans that are watching this that are already Dominican. But we can bridge the gap some, you know, and, you know, or at least be able to communicate. You know, there's communicating with the words, and then there's the communication with the timing, like a stand-up comic, you know, knowing the temperature in the room, how to talk to a woman, knowing the right time and place to address certain matters, you know. And some guys, and all this, like, okay, first off, this is for those guys that are looking for something a little more serious. They're looking for relationships. Because if you're just coming down once or twice a year, a week at most, looking for a little boom boom, smash and dash, have a little fun, this really doesn't apply to you. But if you catch feelings and fall in love, this applies to you, because this may be the reason they're not reciprocating the love. So it's because you gotta know how to communicate with women in general, and in another level, Latin women. And like I say, you gotta be able to speak the language, and also the Dominican. I'm working on that. I'm always evolving. You know, see, another interesting point, you know, is that was said was, you know, in America, most of America, it's one big melting pot. You know, any given area, you got Italian food, Chinese food, Mexican food, Dominican food, Jamaican food. It's a melting pot. So, with that said, you come into Dominican Republic and they only know one culture, Dominican, that's it. So you're not necessarily doing them any favors they don't really care to learn your culture, basically. It's just that simple, because they're comfortable, they're comfortable with what they're comfortable with, and they don't always do well, taking outside the comfort zone. So, another thing is just plain and simple is like, for a Dominican woman to really love you, you gotta kind of be accepted by just Dominicans as a whole. And the only way to do that is, when in Dominican Republic, move like a Dominican. I mean, I'm not looking for love. I'm not looking for anything serious at this time in my life. I'm not looking to support someone and their whole family necessarily. So, but however, I do know if I decide to look for something serious, I do know I need to move into the barrio. I need to give up having a pool. I need to give up some of the things that have spoiled me to live more Dominican, because that's the only way they'll accept me, is if I'm living more and doing more as they do. So, another thing is, what was I gonna say? All right, so the other thing is, if you're looking for something serious, stay out of Sosua till you already have it. And if you want to dabble on the side, by all means. But if your goal is something serious, just stay out of Sosua. Don't convolute your mind with, because what happens is Sosua will make you lazy. Sosua makes us lazy, because if you're frustrated courting or trying to get to know or dating someone a little while leading up to something serious, if she's not, throwing you the goodies right away, what are you going to do? You're going to go to Sosua, you're going to bag something, just to relieve some stress, and have a little fun. Every time there's a problem, every time, like, your search, your hunt for Mrs. Right, not Mrs. Right now, but Mrs. Right goes wrong, you're going to be trying to take the easy way out just to solve, like I say, the temporary fix, a little quick release. So and that, I think, and that will always play in your mind as an option, So I think it's best, like, if you got a goal to find something serious, to just buckle down and put in the work, be patient, and go about it that way, And, if, you start out, you play the game in Sosua, and then then you're led to think, or you think that it's more than transactional, more than what it is, and get caught up. That's not her fault. That's your fault, because you want to make it more than what it's supposed to be or what it is, because you're better on Pedro Glissante. Yeah.